When should I consider investing in coaching or mastermind groups, and what should I look for? Okay, I love this question. My answer to that is very simple. You should be investing in a coaching or mastermind group from day one of your company. Okay, maybe not day one, you got to set up the LLC and do your operating agreement, all the other things. Day two, you really should invest early in your own personal growth. You can only execute on what you comfortably know how to do. The beauty of a mastermind group, a peer group, is that they will be continually lifting you up, teaching. You have an opportunity to learn. You have an opportunity to execute on what you want to do. And here's the other secret in a mastermind group. Most of the time, the people in those groups have been where you've been before, and your problems, not to minimize your problems, but to them, your problems are minor. It's a couple zeros on the end of something that they've already done. You don't need to reinvent the wheel. Just find somebody who's already figured out the wheel and do what they did. Put your own spin on it though. Make it your own. But you don't need to start from zero and learn everything. How do you find the right group? Well, you've got to network, you got to talk to people. Depends if you're a people person, a virtual person, online person. I love going to industry events, okay? And just meeting people. I went to the Prosper show, but there was one year, I didn't even go to the show. I just went to the networking events in the evenings because that was the way to meet people. You just go up, introduce yourself. Everybody's there to meet other people. That's what you should be doing. So you find groups, and the best group for you is when about a third of the people are at your level, about a third of the people are above your level, and about a third of the people are under your level. Now, what does that mean? What is your level? Well, that depends a little bit on your business. It also depends on you, your own personal development, your age, your experience with entrepreneurship in e-commerce, what you bring to the table. And the reason you want people under you is because you know things too. You have a different way of going and approaching problems that other people can learn from. And you'll get better at what you do by teaching other people what you do. And that's the power of a mastermind group. There are different formats, many different formats for mastermind groups. The two kind of biggest ones are virtual and in-person. You know, there's pros and cons to both. And a good mastermind group will have a mixture of both, okay? You'll have that regular, continual interaction, typically through regular virtual calls, if they're hosted and done professionally and everybody's able to participate, etc. But you also need to have live in-person events. If you're traveling in, this can be a multi-day event, 2 days, 3 days max. You'll be exhausted after 2 days. And here's kind of a bonus tip. If you're spending the time and energy to go to a live event, whether that's a Prosper show, any other show, a mastermind retreat, don't go home the day after the retreat. Stay an extra day. And here's why. You definitely want a day to absorb what you've learned and prioritize it. And most importantly, determine what you're gonna do and how you're gonna put it into action and when. What's first, what's second, what's third. Whatever system you use, you need a day afterwards to digest what you've learned, prioritize, and plan your execution. And here's the point. If you're spending thousands of dollars to go to an event, and most are, even if the event only costs a couple $100, okay? You're spending travel, time, opportunity cost. You're easily dropping a couple grand. You wanna get something out of that event. You wanna be able to come back and say, this is what I got out of the event. And then 3, 6, 9, 12 months later saying, I learned this here, and that drove my business to do this. Back to the original question, when should you consider investing in mastermind and coaching groups? You should do it on day one. Find a group that fits for you today, and you'll likely change groups and add groups and leave groups over your entrepreneurial career. But start today.